Welcome to the Mortgage and Mindset in Minutes podcast with host Tiffany Rose, where you'll get a little on mortgage and a lot on mindset. Because with anything in life, you can only do it with the right approach. Tiffany Rose went from average earner to 7 figures and beyond lifestyle by using the insights she shares. The Mortgage and Mindset in Minutes podcast with Tiffany Rose demonstrates that gratitude and attitude are your ticket to powerful success.
Hey there, this is Tiffany Rose, and I am here with Vinney Chopra. How are you, Vinney?
I'm doing amazingly well, Tiffany. It's Friday. I know weekend is coming, but this week we were crushing it, right from the morning till evening. And that's all about, right? Bringing value to a lot of people around you. That's the main purpose of everybody is, right?
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that because you do that. You're a philanthropist, big time. You're always smiling, your energy. And I can tell that you really do just want to bring value to people. And that's like, it's coming around full circle to you because it shows back to you, monetarily speaking too, which is so great, which I want to talk about your book about that too. So for now, everybody, I'm so excited to have him because today we're going to spend about 30 minutes and we're going to talk about what he's doing now, a little bit about his background, his mindset, some books that he's put out. And it's going to be just and some tips and strategies also that I want him to give us, just a few steps that someone can take to buy that first apartment building or buy that first investment property, even, a tip on how to not use your own money. So we'll cover all of that in the next 30 minutes. Is that okay with you, Vinney?
Totally. I'm ready. Yes.
Yes. I love it. So we were just talking before. I kind of want everyone to know where you're at now. So kind of repeat what you said to me of where you're at now with the assisted living and the building that you're selling. Give us kind of a recap of that.
Totally, Tiffany. Actually, I came many years back with $7 in this world of opportunity in the USA. I'm from India originally. And then I sold books and all and became a salesperson. Then a motivational speaker and a fundraiser. We started investing in single family homes, actually. So my start was in single family, then bought a duplex, then a 14-unit apartment building for $180,000, literally about 12, 14 years back, let's say. And now, with the grace of God and also helping, syndication has been my business. What that means is pooling the money together from family and friends. That's all it is, because they have money in retirement funds, they have money in savings accounts, which is losing money with 7% inflation right now. 100,000 will be worth 7,000 less next year. So why not to invest with some kind of really good investment and make higher returns? So that's syndication. And that has really fueled my existence, actually, where I was nobody to somebody. Maybe I'm still working on it. Yeah. But the thing is, from 14 units, I would highly recommend everybody listening to us, please invest in real estate and go for a duplex or a fourplex or 10 units. Just start small because small is good, but then you can scale up. So now I can take you to now. Okay. So 14 units for $180,000. And then I kept on buying 2 million, 10 million, 15 million deals, 20 million deals. That's like one apartment complex of 100 units or 200 units for 35 million. The highest I bought so far is 52 million in Orlando, Florida. So that's 324 units. But one apartment I bought.
52 million. I just want to make sure I highlight that because this is a man who I want to go, in the backstory a little bit more a little later, but he came here with $7 and he just said 52 million. That's amazing. So
Thank you. Again, it's the power of multiplying and also giving the best returns to your investors. Then they, tell their family and friends and everybody, then they start putting more money with you legally, which is syndication, world of syndication. That's where I wrote the book 3 years back also. And a lot of people really are getting great ideas from the book. The key thing is that you got to think big. If you don't think big, then big things don't happen in life. I've seen that. Set goals, turn down your dreams into paper. I always say dreams are dreams with no deadlines. So we need to really put down pen and pencil. And it's very hard for us. We always think that, oh, I got my goals. I've got this. I know what I'm doing every day. But, sharpening the saw, I call it, it's so important. Like, there is a book, Stephen Covey, his book talks about these woodcutters, right? One young man was chopping all day long, but there was a more experienced person and he would stop after 1 hour and sharpen the saw. And then he was chopping the tree and then taking rest and so on. So he, at the end of the day, cut twice as many trees. So that's why it's so important for us to take time, planning time, thinking time. Every week we should do it and look at our goals and give ourselves feedback right square in the mirror. Because who is the CEO of our life?
Us.
We see them when we brush our teeth every morning. As a matter of fact, a very good friend of mine, and he passed away, billionaire mentor, Spencer Hayes, Mr. Spencer Hayes. We were very close together for 40 years. And he says, you know what? Get up in the morning and say you are the best thing alive. You're the most motivated person. You're going to move the world and feel excited, be energetic. I really try to do, and learn from the mentors like Zig Ziglar and Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn and, you name it, right?
I think you just packed so much information. I love it because that right there, sometimes it doesn't even take an hour, a year, 5 years, all this coaching, a 15-hour long book necessarily. All those things you just said explain syndication, the power of real estate, putting that 10x kind of energy into something and thinking big. You just said so many huge points there that it motivates me. And just your smile, I absolutely love it. It makes me, you're such a character and I love it so much.
Ain't that hard? I'll be 70 this year. Hold on. Who cares? I'm 7. No, or maybe 40.
I'm 21.
I'll stay and 21, forever 21,
Yep.
It's all mental. It's just a number. Age is just a number. And you got to say that. And I've been saying it for the last 40 years that every birthday, I'm 1 year younger. And I tell everybody also when I give comments to them, never think that you're 1 year older, but you're 1 year younger. And after 50, especially, you're going backward to 30. So I'm 70, so I'm actually 29 or whatever.
It's so true. And I just interviewed the other day, it was Oprah, and she was interviewing, interviewing Jennifer Lopez, but they were talking about how you don't know anything until you're like 40 something, 50 something. It just gets better because you have all this history and the things that you've learned. And I just love that they said that. It made me feel better because sometimes I feel like I'm behind because I'm in my 40s. And by now I wanted to sell like you are, multi-million, 65, $1 million property. I wanted that for myself. I'm not there yet, but it makes me feel better when I hear these things and your mentality of just, you're 70. It's taken a while to get to where you're going to be, but now you feel like you're getting younger and more powerful and you're giving more to the community as you get older, which is going to keep you young. You're going to live a long time giving to the whole like that.
So
I love it.
I'm so glad you said that. Tiffany, I believe in that. I really do believe if we stimulate our mind every day and give back, more we give, more we get. That's the universal law of abundance, thinking and manifestation, and also law of attraction. I believe in the law of attraction wholeheartedly. Rhonda Burns wrote that book, The Secret. And of course, it's on the YouTube. If anybody wants to kind of get a good kicker, they should just go to YouTube and write down Secret movie or video. And other thing is the Miracle Morning. Through our friend, Hal Alrod, he wrote the book and Miracle Equation. Now, what that means is in the morning, we should have a routine to stimulate our mind to pay gratitude. Paying gratitude is so important. Being positive, exercise in the morning and get your alignment. true north. Again, Stephen Covey talks about in the 8th habit about true north. Our life is balancing the act. We are all here, short period of time, 100 years, even if we lived over here, that's a dot. In the dinosaur years, we are not even a dot. I'm just saying that, we should not have the ego and all these things and not, be thinking that somebody did bad or I'm not this, I'm not that. I will do something when this thing happens. No, live no conditional life. Live without fear. And then the whole world will change around us.
I think there's so much, you and I spoke last week and we were talking about my Spring into Success Summit. And I'm so passionate about it because, yes, I want to bring on people to talk about real estate and, what the first steps are to kind of taking that leap and buying and why real estate is so important. Of course, we want to spend time talking about that. But what you're talking about is getting rid of those limiting beliefs, slowing down and taking the time. There's free information out there, that can help you with your mindset, your limiting beliefs, your overall roadmap being built to success. And I'm really, really passionate about it. And I happen to do mortgage loans. So it's like, I'm trying to bring those two worlds together and you do it so perfectly. And look what you've got from it, having these. So let me ask you. So these limiting beliefs and this mindset and all this stuff that you've kind of been focusing on, when you got here with $7, what was your family upbringing like? Where did you get this power inside to just know that you needed to do all of this? How did you, take that first step? Did your dad, your parents raise you a certain way where they said buy real estate or what happened?
Not really at all, Tiffany. To be truthful, I'm one of 6 siblings in the family, and we lived in 1-bedroom apartment, 1 living room, and 1 hallway, of course, with 8 people in there. We didn't have any television. We didn't have any telephones. We didn't have any refrigerator, nothing at all. Just a bicycle, just a bike, not even a motorbike, but bike. So that's my humble beginnings, and I went to school, walking to the school in tents. They were in tents, not even in the buildings, but in New Delhi, south side of Delhi. But people tell me, I don't remember too many negative things in my life ever. But the thing is, I do remember that we were happy. We were just happy. Whatever we had, I used to get allowance of 5 rupees, which means 10 cents now for the month to spend. But I was happy then, and I'm happy now when we have a lot more abundance, of everything. But the thing was, when I did engineering, I wanted to be an engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer. And I said, you know what? Let me do MBA. I really wanted to do master's in business administration because I wanted to be a leader. Little did I know that's what, will take. And when I came here to George Washington University, that changed my outlook. I loved the relationship business so much that I put my, engineering into a box 44 years back. And since then, it's been just that, and motivation speaking and everything, and then writing some books now lately. And then positivity. I've been married 42 years, and we moved to California 42 years back, just April 3rd. We just celebrated an anniversary in the city, San Francisco, with our kids. Our main, wealth, if I may say, at this podcast is our children. Yeah. Literally, money has no meaning. It's Neil and Monica, and Neil went to Berkeley and all, and Monica went to UCLA, and she's our VP, soon to be president of the companies that we have put together. Our company brand name is Monil, Monica and Neil together, all that good stuff.
I was going to ask you what that was. So that's your 2 children's names put together.
Monica and Neil put together is Monil. All brand of companies, that we are building. And in hospitality, Monil Branding, Monil Hospitality, Monil Senior Living, Monil Investments Group, Monil Multifamily Academy, school that I have, and I teach, and university, and all those things.
So when you're talking about all these things, your business, the syndication, the book writing, I wrote a book myself. I do real estate, invest in real estate. But when I talk to you, I'm like, I get this energy and this motivation. I just want to be like you. I want to do so much more. And it feels very like, because of the way I operate, I want everything now. It feels very overwhelming to look at you. It feels like almost unreachable. Like I can't do it. And so
Oh.
for those, that's what I want to ask is,
Oh, I'm so glad you said it. I'm so glad you said it, Tiffany. My success only started 7 years back. What? 7 years, $7, 7 years. So I've been doing lots of things in between with just investing in single family homes for over 35 years and buying a duplex in, I think 2000, I became a broker. I'm a real estate broker, but I don't sell or buy. In 2005, but my peer circle was into real estate, right? So that helps a lot. But then in 2014, end of that, I retired from motivational speaking in 2015. That's only 7 years back. So my main strength of my empire that I have built close to $1 billion now, will be soon, is only in 7 years. So 7 has been a very meaningful number for me. I don't know why.
Lucky number for sure. They always say it is. And for you, it's also hard work. And like I said, your belief system. So 7 years. So would you say that your biggest break, your lucky break was, and of course, like you said, it's not all luck, you have to do the work, but was your biggest break your peer circle, the people that you knew, somebody said like, hey, and you took that leap and you went with them and invested, or what was that exact moment?
To be truthful, it was 42 years back when we moved to the Bay Area, San Francisco. We live in Danville, Blackhawk now with the grace of God. But, positivity, that's what is the main reason where I am today. Literally, positivity. That's why I wrote the book and rewrote it last 2 weeks back. And now a new edition is out there. But my wife didn't like the first book. She says, you know what? I've been married to you for so many years, and there is more to put in the book. So, positivity is number one. My biggest break came with this one, and that is syndication. So if I were not pulling the money together, Tiffany, I wouldn't be here where I am. That's the truth, God truth. Because a lot of time people feel, we have savings, we have monies and all that, but that's how much can you go, right? How much can you invest? So it's good to really be the leader and have like-minded people who are busy, right? Most of our investors are ultra rich people, and they're entrepreneurs and doctors and attorneys and IT people, professionals making a lot of money, but they don't have time to invest in real estate. And that's what I caught the wind about 14 years back, that going into commercial real estate will scale up the net worth and the wealth building rather than staying in the, just buying our own home and rental, right? So that's where the change has been. So I think by pulling the money together, we have like 36 trillion, $36 trillion of retirement money in different funds, majority of it in the Wall Street, actually. But we can actually take a portion of that into self-directed retirement plans and then invest into syndication world, which like me, there are other people also, good ones. And then investors can, invest in there and get great returns, much higher, because savings are so small. Savings account give 0.015 or 0.15, or CDs give 2%. Interest rate is getting higher now, as we all know. But then, look at the inflation. 7.8%. That's unheard of. I know they will increase the rates, Fed will, to curb the inflation, so that will come into place. It'll take some time.
So I just found out, I have all this equity sitting in my primary house. I'm in Danville, we've down this for neighbors. So can't wait to see you in person.
Look forward to getting a, lunch together. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I just found out that I could cross collateralize my house. I have a ton of over 1.5 million sitting, and I want to invest it in something, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to refinance and pull this out and do. I didn't know that, there's ins and outs. There's certain ways that people can pull money together. And it's like, you just have to ask. You have to call like someone like me, a mortgage lender, and say like, hey, I have 100,000 that I can, afford, or what can I do? Or this is what my plan is. And we can build like that roadmap. But I feel like people are scared to take the leap. And it's funny because they're okay buying the primary house, but they don't want to buy a rental because they're scared to be a landlord. And it's like, that's where the mindset is so important, because if you're a landlord, You're going to learn. It's one house. People are landlords too. How many properties do you own right now? I mean, how many people?
Oh, how many doors?
Yeah.
I've done like 38 syndications, right? So 6,500 doors, that's like total units, right? We call it.
That's what,
right? And of course, the key thing I wanted to mention was definitely, and we do find that in my, when I talk to investors that they want not be involved in the toilet trash and termites, they call them, but there are different ways to invest in real estate, in different funds or in syndications, in developing, developments, I call it, or in already existing cash flowing assets, right?
Yes.
There are different ways, but education is a big thing because many times we don't really, and it's a hard-earned money. Definitely. It's so hard-earned money. People don't want to give to anybody. They want to check them out. And, people, they talk to me and they look at my track record, everything. That's when, and I say, well, hold on. I cannot take your money yet. So like, for example, I just got a call last week. Somebody saw me on a show. And they said, Vinney, we have allocated $1 million to invest with you. I said, I don't even know you yet. Please, let's meet, And that's what it is all about. So the big thing is, you're right, education. And don't be afraid because there are ways to really multiply your money. Compounding effect. As a matter of fact, nobody talks about it. If you put 100,000 and the bank is giving me loan because we leverage, right? I'm on the loan. And then 100,000 from investors' money is catching them a 400,000 position because the bank is coming with the 75% of the loan. So actually we are buying with, let's say if there are 10 people with 100, $1 million together is buying a $4 million asset.
Right.
Wow. So that's the leverage. And then you get deductions on cost segregation and paper losses and all those things. So the laws are really built. I'm not an attorney or CPA. I want to say that, but laws are built for real estate investing,
Yes. And I think that's what you just hit on something also about people don't want to do things because yes, it's scary. But it's because they don't trust. The reason why people call you and throw money at you because they trust you, because they know you've shown that you know how to do it. So I think that's where people's fear kicks in is when I say like, hey, you have X amount, let's help you buy a rental property. It's like the fear of being a landlord, but also the fear of losing their money off their primary mortgage. And just taking that first step, it's because they don't trust, because they don't even trust themselves with the decisions. Because I know how it is. I've been there before where you make the wrong move, but you can't lose in real estate.
You can lose also. If we are very optimistic and not conservative in underwriting, which, I have my template and I teach that also. But the big thing is to really be cognizant where the risks are and make sure that the right decisions are made in buying the product, in buying the product with the trends in the market and doing full studies, best of the best studies in looking through the areas that you're investing in, all that we call it emerging markets and all that. But the biggest thing I'd like to mention is the thing about is you want to trust people. That is the main thing. You got to ask them all the hard questions. That's another thing I would love to share. Anybody listening to us, ask for them, how many people are in this syndication? How many are in the top? How many are guaranteeing the loan? How many are raising the money? How many are giving you like a line of credit, so as to speak, to be on the loan and principals? Because I really believe in big groups with so many people in the kitchen, the recipe gets burned.
Yeah.
And the partnerships don't work that well. So that's just one nugget, to really look at the principals, who are doing it, what's their track record, and how they arrived. Have they done full cycles of the business and all that, and return and talk to the clients, have them show the videos or something in live from their clients and things like that.
Well, and absolutely. And knowing those risks and everything is so important. But the reason why I say you can't lose, hypothetically speaking, in real estate is because the properties I let go of in 2008, they're all back by tons. I mean, I'd
I
have
know.
millions of dollars, in the real
Yeah.
estate. Sorry, I'm building something outside and they just decide to
No,
start
no. Yeah.
sawing right now. But, and even if had a gentleman down the street that came to work on my property and he lost in real estate because he was doing a flip. They ended up having to rent it out because they couldn't sell it. But now 10 years later, it went up more than $1 million.
Wow.
So it was actually a blessing in disguise. So yes, you can, I listen to you. You're the expert way more than me. But when I say can't, I kind of say that loosely, but it's so you have a door you can always go knock on. It's not the stock market where it's just gone. The money is down to zero. You can always, it's a roof. You can go move into it if you have to. It's an asset. And, it's a lot less scary, I guess is what I should say, than taking other ventures in other cases, right?
Totally. You're so right. Right on the money. See, we have been a renter's nation. If we just renter's nation, somebody Googles it, they'll see the trends and graphs and everything. And I've been really speaking a lot lately on 3 tsunamis in housing market with the demand. We are so much shortage of housing in our country, in USA, and maybe other parts of the world too. But the big thing is the millennials. Yeah. 74 million millennials are liking portability. They are liking to get away from their parents and move out, and they can work from remotely now too, with the COVID happening. So they like to live in apartments. There's a huge demand for that. Silver tsunami, I talk about that a lot. Assisted living, senior care, 55 plus communities, all those. And what that is 10,000 XYZ baby boomers are turning 65 every night. 10,000. And it'll keep on going. The last one is 2031. What? 2031. This is 2022. 9 more years. We have so much demand for the silver tsunami, which is flowing through. It started in 2011, I think. It started for 20 years. For 20 years, 2011 to 2031, is this baby boomers turning 65 and plus, and then 70 years and 80 years and 90 years. So that's the space which I'm in quite a bit now, in developing, building luxury, senior assisted livings and memory cares all through USA with God's grace, and we are in Florida, in Michigan, in Virginia, soon to be, in other locations also, all over, coming to California, of course.
Wow.
But that's big. And the third tsunami is the immigration tsunami. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Our population is where it is because the birth rate is kind of low, but immigrants coming, and they also need housing, roof over their head. So you're 100% right, Tiffany. Real estate, especially commercial real estate, I would say more so in the housing, has big road ahead, a big demand, big shortage, and it'll stay there because everybody needs, even when the economy goes down, people, if they even lose their single family home, they need to rent then. So rental market is very good bet.
I hear we're in California, 4 million houses behind, because during the developers stopped building and it put us back. And, people that are so worried about buying and the bubble's going to burst. And, 2008 was a far different time. And we talked about that last week, just people didn't qualify to be in the homes that they were in. But, of course, there's going to be ups and downs, but I just feel so confident in real estate because I've had so much success with it. And obviously you have. I want to be like you. I hope that people listening get some extra, motivation, and just that, just to pick up the phone and call or listen, call me, call Vinney. Vinney, actually, let me ask you. So you're doing coaching, you do webinars. Tell me, how can people get in touch with you other than throwing millions of dollars at you to invest? So how can they just figure out how to be like Vinney?
Oh my gosh. My main website is vinneychopra.com. V as in Victor, INNEY. It's a E in there, Chopra.com. And then the pop-ups come, invest. Then you fill out a little questionnaire or partner or learn mentorship. So that's the 2 ways. But I would love your audience to get my book for free. And that is also on the website, vinneychopra.com/free book. free book. So that's a great one. I also am partnering, I have a lot of students in my academy. Thank you for asking me. And I do very little personal coaching, only 2 students I do a year because I'm so involved in so much. But branding, we have been really branding. You have seen my success in the social media and all. So we are also partnering with a very good company in Pakistan to provide the branding at a very reasonable price. So I just wanted to say that too. VinneyChopra.com/branding is another one, Yeah.
I love it. And there's a reason why your card says Vinney Smile Chopra, because you seriously, you make me so happy. When I was going through and looking at some of the content, you put on YouTube and some of the things, it's just your energy and what you really are. You're putting roofs over people's head and you're giving back, and you're just such a great person. And it's why you have so many great things happen to you. And hard work. My favorite quote, it's Sia, but is, when you wish upon a star, do the work and you'll go far. And it's just so, I want to get it tattooed on my fist here. Because it's so true. You can make a wish, you can hope for things, you can create a plan, but you have to do the work, and you're doing both things, and it's just working out for you so well. So
thank you. Anybody who would like to talk to me, or you could text to my team at 925-766-3518, and we'll reply back to you and everything. But no, it's and I want to give accolades to you, Tiffany. I mean, you are amazing, and what you're doing is just so needed. And with the circle, your network, and you were interviewed, you said, with Oprah. I'm so thrilled that you interviewing me today. And
okay. So I watched your interview with Oprah. I wish she interviewed me, but I watched. I could have let that slide, but I can't fake it till you make it too much. But yeah, no, she was interviewing Jennifer Lopez, and
I see.
They were talking about how you don't know anything till you're 40, in your 40s and 50s, and how much better you just keep getting. And thought it was really cool, and it really helped me. But I'm going to put that on my vision board. I have a lot of cool things on it, but being interviewed by Oprah, I definitely can put that on there.
That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Why not?
Well, thank you for your time. Vinney. You are so awesome. And I'm going to stay in touch with you, and we're just going to keep putting out good vibes to the world and great content. And everybody grab Vinney Chopra's books, and you've got to start somewhere. Take the leap. Give a call to one of us, and both of us. Let's make things happen. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Vinney.
Tiffany Rose is the author of the best-selling book, The Universe is Speaking, available on Amazon. Tiffany has a gift just for you that will help you line out daily goals for creating your ideal universe. Go to TiffanyRoseFreeGift.com and also subscribe to the Mortgage and Mindset in Minutes podcast. Tell your friends and family about Mortgage and Mindset in Minutes with Tiffany Rose. Thanks for listening.